Welcome, everybody, to another Kicking Tables. Today, we'd like to welcome Dhaval Mistry, the lead designer on Lost to Time from Cryonorth Studios. Dhaval, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So, why don't we start off with giving you a chance to introduce the game to us, Lost to Time. Tell us what this game is, because it has a very unique tabletop concept to it, something I've never seen in a tabletop game. Tell us all about Lost to Time.
Well, Lost of Time is very unique, real time, and cooperative, and tile playing, and path building, dice rolling. There are a lot of mechanics in the game, but it's the main unique thing about the game is the app and the way it works, or the way it integrates into the game itself. It's not just a companion app where, for example, in other real-time games, if there's a timer, the timer usually just sits on the side um, and counting down the time. In Lost to Time, there is a timer, and the app will take care of the time, but you can also manipulate it um, while playing the game. So the countdown is always going down, but there are a lot of chances you'll get during the game where you can increase the time available to you.
Okay.
So
And
um,
what is the objective of Lost to Time? What are you and your players doing?
the objective is to find four keys. We call them keys. They're special tiles scattered around the temple. Um, there are four golden ones and there are four decoys. So there are eight of them in total. And you start in the middle of the board, and you create a network of paths leading up to these keys. You go explore on those paths, and then when you reach the key, you flip the tile and you see if you got the golden one or the decoy one. So, the goal is to find four golden keys and then bring them back to the center
And
before
as
the
you
time
said,
runs out.
and you mentioned it's real time. So what does that
Yeah,
mean in the case of a board game? What does real time mean for the players?
that means there's a timer running in the background, and that's the time limit available for them to either win the game or lose the game.
But it's not turn-based though. It's everybody playing at once.
Yes, everybody plays at once. Everybody roll their dice at the same time, and they don't have to wait for the other players to finish doing their turn. Once you're done your turn, you pick up your dice again and start rolling, and then keep taking your turns over and over.
So with such a fast-paced game, how is it? How easy is it going to be for like a casual player to pick up? Is this something more for like the hardcore board gamer, or is this like something that casual family game night's going to feel just as comfortable with?
I think this is pretty casual. It's lighthearted. Um, the art and everything is darker, but the mechanics itself are nothing too heavy.
Okay.
There is a little bit of strategy involved, a lot of cooperation involved, and basically you're just gonna have to work as a team. Otherwise, it's just not possible.
You also need players who can think quickly because you
Yes.
have a time limit. So really, the Lost to Time not only is the theme, because I believe it takes place in an ancient Mayan temple, but it's
Yep.
also you're competing not against the game but against time itself. And
Exactly.
that's like crazy. So if you definitely need to think really really fast while playing this game.
Yeah, and then make strategic decisions. There will be a lot of opportunities during the game where you will be stuck, and you will require, as a team, to collaborate and come up with either a plan B or like a workaround.
Right.
All right. With the app, it's absolutely required. Can you play the game without the app? Is any way to play without having
No,
a no? So you need
no,
to have it on, and that's iOS, Android.
and Android, yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
iOS and Android, and then both can be in the same game. They connect to each other. Um, so the main thing about the app is the players who are playing, they're synced with each other
Oh,
using
Okay.
their app, and the time that you get, the additional time that you get, is distributed between all the players. So it's
Okay.
not just your time increasing; it's the team's time that is increasing.
So each
Okay.
player should have the app playing while they
Yeah,
play as well, because as they
Okay.
gain time, that will give time to everybody. I
exactly.
see. I see.
Very cool.
Where did you get the idea for this game? This is so unique. That real time, literally battling against time itself. Where did the idea for Lost in Time come from?
Uh, well, it came from one of my favorite games, which is Escape. You can, if you have played the game, there are a lot of similarities with Escape. Um, Mainly the dice rolling and the time limit. When Escape first came out, I loved the game, and we used to play it all the time, almost every other day. Couple of games we were playing, and um, one of the things we found that there wasn't always enough time, especially in the beginning. Once we got used to the game, it got easier to win. But there wasn't always enough time, and I thought that why is it that why can't we have 12 minutes instead of 10 minutes? I mean, you can always increase the time by making a house rule, but that is not the official rules.
Okay.
Uh, but that is what sparked the idea about variable time during each game. So the action on the dice is to gain time. So every game you play of Lost of Time will be different, and the amount of time that you gain or total amount of time that you spend playing the game will vary slightly by between 12 and 15 minutes.
In your playtesting, how often are you finding people winning the game?
Um, it was definitely hard in the beginning. The ratio was 30-70 in the beginning, but then as they got familiar with the game, we managed to bring it back to 50%.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Not
yeah,
bad.
that's a pretty good. That's the kind of challenge you want. You don't want to sit down and win every
Exactly.
time. Now,
Yeah.
are you hoping this sort of starts a new trend in tabletop gaming with real time gaming?
Definitely, and this is not the end for us. The whole reason behind using the app is we want to expand this technology that we have made, and it will be well. I won't say that every game will use an app, but we will definitely want to expand
Right.
on this technology. It adds quite a lot to a board game.
Yeah. It adds that
Yeah, that's
frenetic, like quick, you got to get it done. Yo, what are you doing? Just go. If you
Yeah.
feel like you're going crazy, even watching someone play this game, but I can imagine being there, and it's like, it's just it's mind blowing.
Yeah, you don't need
and,
coffee after playing this game.
Yes.
and even better if their players are forced to use each player is forced to use their phone to be a part of the game. They won't be able to check Facebook or anything else during their
Exactly.
turn.
That forces every player to actually play at all times. That's great.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what are the plans for after your Kickstarter? Are you going to be coming to retail at all? Do you have any expansion plans for the game?
Um, there are no specific plans for retail at the moment, but we would like to enter the retail market at some point. And for the expansion, I have a faint light bulb in my head,
Okay.
but nothing concrete.
Got to get through the
But
Kickstarter first.
right, exactly. And in the expansion, my aim is to further push the technology. So it will definitely be using more of the app. But
Excellent.
again, like I said, it's just a faint light bulb. Um, nothing has been flushed out yet.
Now your Kickstarter comes soon. It'll be out in September. Uh, can you talk about what you plan for the campaign? You want to talk about any of the stretch goals you're going to announce?
Yeah. We will be announcing. We will be giving preview of the Kickstarter page to everybody who's in our Facebook group, and that will also include some of the stretch goals and some of the later stretch goals also. some of the higher ones, like the premium ones. Most of our stretch goals are for upgrading the components of the game, I could say.
Okay.
Right. In terms of gameplay, we have not omitted everything needed, or everything that we could think of to include in the game is in the base game.
Okay. So the stretch goals are going to be more about improving quality, the quality of
Exactly.
components. That's great. Those are always really good stretch goals, for sure.
Yeah.
Now, during your development, I always love to get a little bit of behind the scenes developing a board game. But as you were creating this game, what kind of issues did you come across at the beginning, and like some of the more memorable ones, and how did you solve that problem?
The biggest one was the app, of course. The way it works, there is no alternative to that.
Right.
We just have to have the app, even in the prototype form, ready to be able to really test the game. So that was the biggest challenge. The other one was it's just the components, deciding what components to use, coming up with what kind of feeling do you want players to have, or what kind of experience you guys should have. And settling on, because there are lots and lots of ideas, but settling on just like few of them for this game was a little bit harder than I thought.
So you had to scale your ideas back a little bit as you're going through prototyping?
Yeah, and then there were a lot of ideas that we omitted, and then brought in new ones to make up what it is today.
So is the game today sort of what you imagined when you first started, or did it start as something else to begin with?
No, actually, surprisingly, it is very close to what I had imagined.
Excellent.
It's just a few little things, smaller little rules variations that got swapped out with different ones.
So before we let you go, I know this is your baby, this is your game, but what is your favorite thing about this game that you think everyone should know about? What really stands out to you? I know that's a hard thing to choose.
That is a very hard question. I would say the artwork.
Yeah.
The artwork
is really beautiful artwork.
It's
ironically that is not even mine. I didn't do the artwork. I, of course, helped shape it, but the concept artist and the graphic designers did absolutely amazing job on the artwork. And I'm really, really, really happy about it.
Awesome. So the Kickstarter comes out very soon. Keep an eye on Cryonorthstudios.com for that announcement. Check out the Facebook page. You have a VIP Facebook page as well that you can get more behind the scenes stuff on. So Dhaval, thank you so much for joining us, and we wish you all the best on your campaign.
Thank you.
Thank you.